If you've spent some time online as an artist, I'm sure you've seen this image. It's been used quite often online to explain easily to artists why they may be hating their own art or why they may be in an art slump. I think it's bullshit. These parts are not why you would hate your own art, and today I'm here to explain the true reasons and also how to deal with them as an artist. And also throughout the video, I'll be trying to fix this graph to be more accurate to a developing artist experience. The first thing I want to talk about on this graph is the skill at seeing or evaluating art. Okay, first of all, why does it oscillate? Alright, so I'll be honest. I would say your eye does indeed develop first at a faster rate than your skill does, or because it's easier. You see amazing pieces of art on social media every day. That's because more often than not, the best and most appealing works end up at the top, right? So once you have a taste of these top works, look back at your own art and, well, you start hating it. In fact, let's liken it to cooking. You can easily tell when something is good or when something is off, and you can tell something's off way before you know how to fix what you did wrong. It's the same with art. Once your perception grows, you can tell something is off with your art, you just don't know how to fix it yet. Try to accept that this is how it will be for most of your art career. Perception is closer to a steady climb with spikes rather than this sine wave looking thing that loops perfectly with your skill like I don't know, DNA. And it will be really hard for your skill to keep up with that. So I guess my first point is, don't feel bad. It's natural and basically unavoidable, especially nowadays with some of the world's best art showing up basically wherever we go. So here's what I did to fix the red part of the graph. I just wanted to demonstrate that it just increases way faster than anything else being shown on the graph here, along with some spikes for whenever you see really good art online. For the blue part, however, that's point number 2. Also, this is Yuka. She's one of the protagonists from my manga series. She'll be helping with the emotions today. The graph shows skill as a line that only moves upward or sideways with no dips, like you can't ever produce anything worse than your current level. But I'd argue that's not how art actually works. Skill can be very messy, much more so than perception. You can have peaks early on, and you can have works that still hold up years later. I definitely have some. So there's these pieces from ages ago that I still sometimes like more than what I draw today. And sure, they may be flukes. Some of them definitely are. My other works from around that period are. That shouldn't even be possible if the graph was correct, right? Think of skill as a dice that increases all numbers of it by 1 every time you practice. Early on, you might sometimes roll a surprisingly high number, and later on, you might sometimes roll a surprisingly low one, but it all still averages upward. And I feel it too. It's hard not to feel bad when the best I could do was this a few days ago, when I could do this effortlessly, might I add, about a week ago. So yeah, you might be hating on your own art because you've just low rolled for the day. Don't worry, take a breather, go outside, take a walk. I promise you that your average is still higher than years before. Well, if you practice, that is. Here's what I did for the graph for the skill part. I've made sure to show that skill can go down and that sometimes you might just not be able to make something on par with what you drew yesterday. It's just how it is. Right, so overfamiliarity, in other words, having to look at your own art for so long because, well, you're drawing it, and just seeing every flaw just scream at you constantly. We're our own biggest critics for this reason. We're probably not going to look at anyone else's work for as long as we do ours. It's just not happening. Well, unless you're procrastinating and watching this video instead of drawing. In that case, watch this video as well. Alright, so listen, not many other people are going to see the flaws that you do in your own works. And so the next time you're sitting there hating your own art, I think you should remember this. You actually have a debuff to your blue line as seen here for basically your whole lifetime. Your skill level as seen by others, yeah, it's always going to be seen as lower for yourself. Think about that for a second. This is sort of building on that social media thing that I mentioned earlier. I'm sure you've heard comparison is the thief of joy, and I'm here to debunk that as well. No, I'm just kidding. This one's true. But what I have to add is this. Looking at better art than yours is one thing, but putting them side to side, now that's going to highlight the differences in skill even more. Almost like a lighter color being put next to a darker color, thus making the darker color look darker than it actually is. Sound familiar? So yeah, the contrast, the black and white, the clear obscure, some people might say. Obviously, comparing yourself to people that are better artists than you will feel bad and make you hate your own art. I've seen those posts from these, like 16-year-olds that not only draw better than me, but also have like a gazillion followers on every social media. Like, how are they doing this, man? And we can just liken this to life. There's always going to be people that are better than you at something. Even the best line artists in the world will probably have someone that's better at, let's say, coloring, right? It's something you can't control, so why worry at this point? I know it's easier said than done, and it's hard, but you don't need to hate yourself or your art for that. Because look, here's another line representing other people's skill, and it has a constant buff. So once you see some real progress, some of your works might high roll to finally look better than the other art that you see online, but most of the time, the grass will probably look greener on the other side. So yeah, consume lots of art. It's part of how you improve. Watch and like my videos and the such, but there's no need to compare yourself too harshly with others, especially when they have a buff and you have a nerf. The big idea is that the classic skill versus perception graph is, I'd say, oversimplified and somewhat misleading. Like, I know this graph, isn't supposed to be some holy grail. I know the author didn't mean to, let's say, purposely mislead people, and it was probably just a fun, simple, not meant to be 100% accurate thing they made in their free time. I just thought it was a good segue for the video's main idea. So, to summarize, perception goes up steadily, much faster, might I add, than skill, which also grows in messy dice rolls, which has a nerf, by the way, should I remind you, and both of those are influenced by overfamiliarity and comparison to others. I had a bit of trouble saying that word. Hating your art is fine. It usually just means your eyes are growing faster than your hands, or you just low rolled for the day. The high rolls will come with time and practice. Don't slack off on your practice if you want to be as good as them. Don't throw away or delete your bad art. It could look good to anyone that's not the currently overly emotional you. Don't obsess over comparisons and take breaks when needed. So next time you're tempted to delete that sketch, maybe keep it. It might be a future favorite, or at least proof of how far your D20 has come. I'll close off with this. So the graph is bullshit, but your growth isn't. And if you hate your art, then congrats, it means you're getting better. Hey everyone, thanks a lot for watching the video. I put a bit more effort into this than the other two, obviously. I made like 10 drawings for this, just for this video. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that one. And also, thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers and for all the support on my last video. I'm just so blessed that so many people still remember me from my last YouTube venture, and also that so many new people cared enough to watch. So yeah, thank you. It's a great feeling to have my art and ideas seen by so many people. But yeah, either way, I hope this video helped you in some way, and even if it didn't, I hope it was entertaining seeing all the little drawings I made for this one. It was really fun. I think I'll definitely try this style of video again in the future with other topics. But yeah, thank you so much for watching till the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.